Hi everyone, hope you all had lots of good practice with your headstands. Today we are going to work on some cartwheels. Now this is one of the skills that everybody says, I want to go gymnastics because I want to learn how to do a cartwheel. Cartwheels, all my friends can do them. So right, now's your time to learn. Okay, I'm going to start with the real basic cartwheel, and you'll probably watch and think, that's not a cartwheel. Okay, but if you go through all of these stages, you will definitely improve, and hopefully with lots and lots of practice, you will one day be able to do a cartwheel. Okay, so main thing is don't give up. Just keep going and just keep practicing. The more times you practice, the better you get. I know I say that a lot, but it is definitely true. Okay, hope you're ready for some hard work. So I've got one of these IKEA mats at home. It's you saw me doing all my other skills on it, fold it out. But if you fold it all together, like you do when you store it, you can use it as a block. Now in gymnastics we use blocks all the time. Lots and lots of different things you can do with a block. If you don't have one of these, you can use something else like a little stool or a chair, a bean bag, but something fairly firm that you can push down on. Okay, so stage one of learning how to do cartwheel. I've got my two hands here. These really help children so they know where they have to put their hands when they're first learning a cartwheel. I say children, I know some of those adults will be at home practicing as well. Okay, I've got two spots. So first thing to do, we're going to pretend this is boiling hot and we don't want our feet to touch it. So we're going to start on one side of the block. Okay, we're going to put our hands on the block where the rubber hands are, or the paper hands. And we're going to see if we can jump over the top. Okay, this teaches you to put weight on your hands. If you do this and your arms collapse, it means you need to work on your arm strength. So we jump over the top, jump over. If you can't quite make it all the way over, you can nearly still hop on and then over. Okay, so it's a bunny hop. And it's teaching you how to hold the weight on your hands whilst you're going over in a cartwheel. Okay, most of you will probably do that, so I'm going to move quite quickly on to the next step. Okay, when you do a cartwheel, you actually do it with your feet apart. Okay, most of your cartwheel the whole time as you're going over is a star shape. So, what I'm going to do is see if I can kick from one foot, hop over the block, to the other foot. Okay, over the top. Now if yours looks like this, okay, that's okay. As you improve, try and get your legs straight. Just had a thought, I might need to move because I think I might kick that tree once I go upside down. So I'm gonna go move my equipment. Okay, so I've got a new setup over here. So as you can see, I've got two spots, my hands for the block, and I didn't have any hoops, so I've made two circles with the ropes, but you could just use two more spots, whatever's easiest really, or pieces of paper or any type of marker on the floor. A bit of chalk is fine. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do some cartwheels over the top, and I'm going to show you a few demonstrations. Okay, my grass is a bit wet over this side of the garden, but we're going to give it a go. So, when you do a cartwheel, you need to start in a star shape and finish in a star shape. They are the most important things. Okay, and when you're upside down, your legs are also in a star shape. So the whole time when you're practicing, you need to think about what shape your body is. Right, so I just showed you my spots. They're ready for where my feet go. Just to remind you that your legs need to stay open. And my arms could be up or to the side. When I'm teaching beginners, I like to say do a star shape the whole way over. Okay. A bit like when you're painting a rainbow in the sky. Your arms go over the top like this. Over the top. And my tummy is going to stay pointing towards that camera the whole time. I've also got two hands here, fingers facing away from the camera on top, and I've made make 2 hoops on the floor with my skipping ropes. That's where I'm going to finish my cartwheel. So, first time you do this, it might look slightly not really like a cartwheel at all. Okay, so you're going to put your hands down on the block, like this. You're going to kick one leg over. We're going to try and get it in that hoop. So do a little one, over. Did you notice I landed 1 foot at a time? Now I prefer to do a cartwheel on my right leg, which is why I started on that side. It's always good to practice both though. So I'm going to go over, kick. So little mini cartwheel. And think about that star shape at the end. Star, hands, kick. Back to your star shape. Okay? Keep practicing. Now's your time to pause the camera, pause the video. Go practice, make sure you can land 1, 2. We don't want feet landing together at the same time. Okay? So, let me show you again. Land 1, 2. Land 1, 2. And remember that star shape. Okay, the next stage, you need to try and get those feet up a bit higher as they go over the top. Keep your legs straight. If you can, point them. It's even better. Okay, so back to my star shape. I'm going to go over like I did earlier, painting the rainbow. Kick those legs higher and try and land in your hoops. I missed my hoop. There it is. Okay, and back again. Legs up. I think that was better even though it was my bad leg. And I'm going to keep practicing. Up and over. Yeah, got my hoop that time. Up and over. Okay. The bigger kick you do and the faster you do it, the easier it is. Okay, a few points. Number 1, don't bend your arms. If you bend your arms, splat. Okay. Number 2, make sure you always got your body facing the same direction. If you're landing and you're facing the wrong way, you're definitely doing something wrong. Okay. Parents, if you want to help your little ones, okay, my advice would be to stand on this side of the block. Okay. As they come over, you hold their hips all the way over. I wish I had someone to demonstrate, but unfortunately I don't. Hold the hips all the way over until they land in that star shape, or the other way. Okay? Right, so, most important to learn to do a cartwheel with something high, where my hands are up high, and then once you've mastered it, then we're going to take them away. So let's do that stage next. Okay, so I've laid my mat out. As you can see, I've got exactly the same setup with the hoops, the hands and the feet. Now, some of you might have noticed that we've got a bit of a curve going on. Okay, it's much easier to perform your cartwheel in a curved shape. If you can see, it goes woo, a bit like a rainbow. Okay, it's much easier to learn like that before we start straightening it up a bit. Okay, I'll show you my cartwheel. Okay, so I've got the same setup with the feet. Here are my feet. Big star shape. Okay, then we're going to go over. Exactly the same. Put our hands down and do a little kick. I've done a little one to demonstrate to you what yours might look like to start with. Okay, that's okay if it's got little bent legs. Just concentrate. 1, 2. Got to land 1 foot at a time. As it gets better, we want to try and straighten our legs out more. And keep them nice and wide as you go over. Make sure your feet don't join at the top. Okay? Once you can do that, you can get rid of these. Goodbye spots, goodbye hands, goodbye hoops. Now, if you find that you just got to this stage and everything's gone blank and you need to go back a stage, that's absolutely fine. Okay, so I'm going to do star shape. I'm going to imagine that those hands and those hoops are still there. Imagine the hoops are there. I'm going to do a big kick over the top and finish. Whoop, bit wobbly. And back again. over the top, and finish. Okay, so I've got a star shape the whole way through. Ooh, I've got mud on my mat now. Okay, star shape all the way through. Now, that is your basic cartwheel for beginners. So you should probably go away, have a practice, and once you feel confident, then you can move on to make your cartwheel look a bit more professional. Okay, so I'd say have 5 minutes of practicing, see if you can improve. If you still can't do the cartwheel, go back to the beginning stage and just keep working your way through, and you will see a big improvement. Okay, for those slightly more advanced gymnasts that can already cartwheel, I'm going to show you a few things that you could try and start to challenge yourself. I think my camera's a bit on the wonk. My garden is quite sloped, so you just have to bear with me. Right. So, when you do a cartwheel, once you've learned the star shape one, you need to start learning to face the direction that you're going to be travelling in. So I'm going to start with my stretch, facing forwards. I'm going to lift up my good leg, which is my right leg, and I'm going to do a nice long step into my cartwheel. Okay, this is called a lunge. Nice long step. So I'll show you again. Arms up, leg up, nice long step. As you go down into your cartwheel, you get to about here before your hands turn. Okay, so I'm going to show you the whole thing. Long step and finish. This is also a lunge at the end. Back leg nice and straight, front leg bent, arms to your ears. Okay, so I finished facing the opposite direction to what I started. So arms up, nice long step, finishing lunge. Okay, so some of you will be practicing at home like this. Biggest mistake I see when I see children first learning to do a cartwheel, lifting their knee up and flex toe. If you can just practice lifting it up straight and pointed and taking a long step, that would definitely help you if you're doing a competition. Okay, so chin up, lift that leg up, point it, and finishing lunge. Try not to wobble at the end. Every time you do this and wobble, you'd lose a point. Okay, so that's your slightly more difficult one. And we're going to go again, but this time with one hand. So, when you're doing a one-handed cartwheel, this is one of those skills where you just got to go for it. Okay, if you fall over, you've got to be tough. Okay? Someone once told me that if gymnastics was easy, they'd call it football. So don't be a wimp. If you fall over, you've got to get up and you've got to do it again. Okay? So, 2 arms up. It looks like you're going to do a two-handed cartwheel, but as you go into your cartwheel, you're going to swing that arm down, or that arm, whichever one you feel more comfortable with. Okay? So I'm going to start, arms up, lift my foot, go long step, and finish again with 2 arms up. I'll show you one more. I'm going to go this way because I'm going uphill. So lift that leg up, one arm, and oh, bit of a wobble. Yeah, you get the idea. Okay, so that's your one-handed cartwheel. Okay, so I'm going to learn the next stage for my cartwheels. Actually going to try and do a round off. Now I've got a little step in my garden, okay, which I'm going to use to help me push off and land on my feet. Now I put my mat up there. This probably isn't the safest setup because you've got this big giant flower thing here which I could kick, and I've got these bricks here I could kick, so I wouldn't advise it, but if you've got a clear space where you could do this, then maybe you could give it a go. Yeah, I think you can see me. Right. Oh, my mat's wet. Okay, so now I'm going to progress to a round off. So I've got my step. When I do my cartwheel, I'm just going to do a normal cartwheel to start with. I'm going to do my long lunge, and my hands are going to go at the edge where the step is. Okay, make sure you've got it padded, otherwise you might hurt yourself, or doing it onto something soft where you're not going to twist your ankle. Okay, so I'm going to do my normal cartwheel, but off the edge of the step. I'm going to do my long step, hands here, and finish facing the step. Okay? Just a normal cartwheel. Once you've mastered that, stage 2, you're going to try and join your feet at the top. So your feet are going to go together at the top, and they're going to land both at the same time. So I'm going to go join and finish in this shape. In gymnastics we call this a dish. Okay? We don't want your bum poking out, we want your bottom under, if you can see, and pull your chest in here, pull your belly button in, and look at your hands like you're diving into a swimming pool. Okay? So that was a pretty rubbish round up because I didn't bounce off my hands, but that's how you start to learn how to do it. So as your hands touch, your shoulders are going to do this, push. So your elbows don't bend, it's your shoulders that do all the work. Okay, a round off is twice the speed of a cartwheel. So practice putting your hands on the floor, keeping your arms straight, shrug your shoulders slightly, and push. You bounce off your hands. Okay, practice rocking and push. Bounce off your hands. That's what you need to do at the end of your round off. Push. Arms to your ears. Okay? So I'm going to speed it up a bit faster this time. My hands are going to go down. Woo! Okay, I'm back. I bounced off my hands and I'm finishing in my dish shape. So you can see I didn't land it. That's okay for a round off because you want the power to help you. Okay, it's a linking skill, so this will link into something else, so don't worry if you can't land it. Ready? So I'm going to go again fast. Push. Okay, you can probably see my feet landing together and finishing in dish. Okay, back on the floor. Got my mat flat now, and I'm going to do the same again. So, starting, it'll be much more difficult on a flat surface. With your long step, okay? Just because now we're doing round offs doesn't mean we can start doing little steps. Do a nice long step. So your arms are to your ears, do your long step, and you push. Okay, let's go again. Ooh, my landings are really bad today, but you get the idea. Actually, probably haven't done a round off for quite a long time. I'm going to definitely be aching tomorrow. Okay, when you do your landing shape in dish, what you ideally want is your feet slightly in front of you so that you're jumping backwards at the end. If you're landing with your feet slightly behind you, you're going to end up hurting your heels and your muscles. So you want that dish shape slightly leaning backwards. Okay? Have fun practicing. I'm out of breath now. Okay? Have fun practicing. Please send me your videos and hashtag gymnastics. We love seeing what you're practicing, and I try and post some of them on my Instagram and post some of them on my Facebook page so you can watch yourself. Everybody's doing a really good job, so we need to keep up the hard work and keep positive and enjoy this lovely weather whilst we have it, because you know, tomorrow it could be raining. So have fun everybody and get going.